Welcome.
It's good, everybody. Tuning in into the
What's
podcast.
going on?
What's going on? What's going on?
We got Justin from Cowabunga. Justin, man.
What's up?
Yeah,
How you feeling?
Cool, guys. So Justin just opened up a brand new pizza shop in our city, Hamilton, Ontario. Justin, how is that, man? How is everything going?
It's going good. Cowabunga is going great. Shout out to my partners, Joel and Andy, and myself. We started up Cowabunga in the midst of the pandemic, and yeah, it's starting to be quite rewarding for us.
Man, congrats.
Thank you.
First off,
Thank you.
That's incredible, man.
it's like I was saying earlier. It's beautiful to see growth, and I feel like it's coming really rapid. How does that feel like when how?
It's certainly rapid.
Yeah.
I mean, we chose a time to get into a business where, I mean, we're either going to blow up or we're not going to do anything at all.
It's true.
It's really tough to, be a steady business with what's going on in the world right now. We're pretty much shattering all of our targets that we had
That's
for ourselves. Yeah, it's definitely amazing.
Mm.
And a lot of people ask, all the time, like, what do you think it was that, made you
Right.
guys so successful right off at the top? I think there's a lot of factors, with that there. I think that Hamilton's a really great food scene, but when it comes to pizza and
Yeah.
styles of pizza,
Yeah.
we're not as saturated as a place like Toronto
True.
might be,
Very
or
true.
like New York.
Mhm.
So it was a really good opportunity for us to, to see that and see that, hey, like, Hamilton loves food, Hamilton loves pizza.
Huge.
We've all worked at different pizzerias
Right.
in the city, some of the best ones.
Mhm.
And there's almost like a monopoly in the upper kind of higher quality pizza world right now in Hamilton. So
For
we
sure.
figured, hey, if there's not too many people doing it and we all know how to do it and we all know how to, market and know how to cook and know how to bake and,
Definitely.
this.
That's
Why not
let's
shoot
just
that
go for it.
shot?
Yeah.
Why not
Exactly,
shoot that
right?
shot?
100%.
And the best part about that, I feel like, was that you did it in the mix of all of this going on. I
Yes,
feel like that was
yeah.
one of the best. The reward aspect of it.
Yeah.
Because of you could see that your hard work and passion
Yeah,
truly
yeah.
will go more than what's going on right now. Because at the end of the day, love succeeds all. So if that's what you truly love,
Yeah.
it will succeed.
Mhm.
And that's the thing. People can definitely tell that we're very passionate about
Yes,
the product
that's
that
it.
we're putting out.
That's it.
I started Pizzatography for 3-4-ish years ago.
Yeah.
And Pizzatography was just, I wasn't even making pizza at the time. I
Yeah.
didn't know how to cook, I didn't know how to bake, I didn't know how to do any of that. And it was just me, a kid with a phone that loved to eat
Passion.
pizza.
That is
that
We knew
ate
about the
pizza.
account. Dude,
Yeah,
Justin,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, so
Yo, I'm
see,
just
now
showing-
it's
I'm
just
just showing you, man,
Now
the
it's
old
just,
story.
see, now it's
Yeah,
Cowabunga,
yeah.
but people don't sorry. So the origins.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
gotta talk about the origins. Maybe we can get back into
True,
that.
Where
true.
does
Yeah,
your
so-
love pizza start?
So yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, still Pizzatography
For
all
sure.
day at the end of the day.
Amazing. Yeah,
but
that's incredible.
yeah, Pizzatography started with just photos in my phone of
Mm.
pizza that I had, and I had gone to this seminar on like branding and stuff like that,
Right.
social media marketing and all
Mhm.
that, and it really inspired me. I was like, wow, like I don't have my own brand. Like I want to be a business person. I
Sure.
want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do things. I want to show people that I know how
That's
to do
incredible.
things.
It's amazing.
So I took this seminar, I went to it, and I decided, hey, like, why don't I make my own social media?
Mhm.
Prove that I can, have something successful, that can gain a lot of followers, that
Yeah.
can actually, move things.
Right.
And before Pizzatography, it was a water page. So I started a page called Just Hydrate, promoting staying hydrated.
Oh,
And
that's
I would,
amazing.
I would go around to people and be like, hey, listen, can you just take a photo of yourself sipping on a bottle or a cup of water and just send it to me, and I'll just post it on this page.
That's
And,
amazing.
and honestly, like 95% of people were down. So I had all these photos of people just drinking water, whether it was my friends at work, whether it was other people
Start
online.
doing this, bro. Mario's huge on the
amazing.
hydration.
I love that.
Gotta stay hydrated,
Dude,
bro.
love to hear that. Yeah.
And next thing you know, people are sending me like water bottles, like plastic bottles, actual water from like the UK and stuff like that. And I was getting all this merch and whatnot, and I realized like, wow, like this actually works.
Yo, Johnson, yeah.
I wasn't making any money or anything like that. There was ways to monetize from it. But at that point, I had gotten into Pizzatography. I'd
Right.
seen a bunch of photos of pizza in my phone. I figured, hey, like, all you need is a good name, good content, and
Sure.
you got to be engaging.
It's a
with-
perfect name.
Yeah, so,
Perfect
Pizzatography came about. And through that there, I was just posting photos of pizza every day. There wasn't even stories on Instagram at that point.
It wasn't. I remember that.
Yeah, it was just photos
Yo, that's
on your
crazy.
feed.
That's
Uh,
crazy.
And
to think
hashtags
about.
were huge.
Yeah,
That's
hashtags
huge.
were really
were
big.
huge.
And that's how to
man.
talk and interact.
Food porn.
Yeah,
People
food
don't-
porn,
yeah.
and it was also in chronological order too.
Yes, which
The
is
feed.
huge.
Ah.
Yeah, it wasn't the whole
Posting
like
at the right
oh,
time.
yeah, exactly, right. So
Ah,
you
I
could
remember
be
that, man. Steven
can-
and I, yeah, sorry.
you could be that account that every morning 9 o'clock, people are on the bus,
Mhm.
so I gotta post at 9 o'clock.
Yes, dude.
Yeah,
Whereas
I missed that,
that's
man.
Yeah,
the grind.
same,
Yo,
man.
that's
Like,
the-
it was so much easier back then.
Yeah.
Yo,
So much
that's
fun
crazy.
too, man.
Yeah.
It's like you had a little routine. Now it's like
Yep.
almost, yeah, you just shoot and hopefully it engages.
Yeah, hopefully
Yeah,
somebody
it's-
catches it
it's kinda-
because you
yeah.
could post at 5 a.m. and somebody's not gonna see it until 5 p.m.
Mhm.
Yeah.
if they liked another photo of pizza from 3 other people.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
With the pizzatography, did you have any intention of where it was going? Like how big? Because I remember
yeah.
when we followed it, it
Yeah.
was quite big.
yeah,
So did
yeah.
you have like an intention of how? Like,
Yeah, I
how
mean,
big it
at
would
the end
grow,
of the
or-
day, the name of the game is to always monetize
For
whatever
sure.
you're doing,
Yeah,
whether you're passionate about it or not. I've always had the philosophy of get paid to do the things that you love,
Mhm.
so that you're not necessarily working
Mhm.
doing the things that you hate
Right,
for people that you probably don't even like anyways.
for sure.
So with that being said, I didn't think that we would be at Cowabunga today.
Mhm.
I certainly did think that there was an opportunity in the pizza world with
Mm.
pizzatography to do things, but I
That's
was more
amazing.
on kind of a marketing thing where I wanted to help other pizzerias gain exposure.
Right.
It even got to the point where I almost did my own pizza festival in Hamilton, but there wasn't enough pizzerias that wanted to be involved.
Right.
I had McQuestion Park booked, I had the whole city, booked and everything like that.
Mm.
But unfortunately, it didn't go through like that. So at that point, this is after I had quit SP Data, actually. I started working at Shortys Pizza.
Of course.
That's a New York style pizzeria in Hamilton, the first one of the best pizzerias in Hamilton, in my
Very good.
opinion.
Yeah, very good.
And that's where I learned how to make pizza. I started making pizza there with pizzatography. I was, adding that to my repertoire of
Mm.
content that I would create. Because at that point too, I was running out of things to post. I was just
Yeah.
doing reposts of other people's pizzas. I was just
You were
going to
posting
places.
your content, like the pizzas you were making.
I wasn't posting pizzas I was making.
Oh, not yet.
Not yet,
Not
because I
yet.
didn't know how to make pizzas.
Got you.
I would go
You were
honestly.
learning.
I would go to like your local corner store,
Mhm.
pizzeria that had like your $5 medium pepperoni, and nothing wrong with those pizzas.
Right.
But nowadays like pizzas like that are not nearly on the level as the pizzas that we're making.
No, and it's almost quality taste. You can really feel it in the dough, especially.
Oh, yeah.
A lot of people are
100%.
very keen on quality, and it's like
Quality
they don't
over
have to
quantity all
be
the time.
Yeah.
some master chef to understand that. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah,
like
yeah.
you feel
You feel
that.
it. Yeah.
You even feel
Yeah.
that like with your brand
Yep.
with Cowabunga. You
Yep.
feel how important it is just through the branding and
Yeah.
the energy of it. Like people feel energy, right?
Oh,
So
100%.
it's like they feel the quality.
Yeah, I mean,
regardless
as
of-
soon as you walk in, we want to embody that
Mhm.
energy, and we want to
100%.
make sure that whether you're looking at our Instagram or whether you're walking into our store, whether you're talking to one of us, in person, people can tell just by having a 5-minute conversation with me about pizza
Mm.
that if I make them a pizza, it's probably going to be incredible.
Right.
Just because I'm such a pizza nerd.
Yo,
That is
that's
awesome.
amazing, dude.
And yeah, I mean, I get passionate about talking about pizza. It's one of the simplest things ever. Like, who do you know that is obsessed about pizza this much?
Mhm.
Like Joel and I went to the sausage company in Hamilton and did a whole tour of their facility before we decided that these are the pepperonis that we want to use on our pizza.
That is awesome.
Like all the bases we tried to hit off in terms of making it successful.
Mhm.
I didn't think it would be this successful right off the bat,
Mhm.
but it makes sense now that it is.
Yeah.
The population in Hamilton, the amount of followers that are following pizzatography, the relationships I have with other bloggers in the city.
Mhm.
Like shout out to Taste Hamont. We did one of our first big collaborations with her, where we gave out 50 free pizzas
Oh wow.
to people on
That is
social media.
dope,
No,
dude.
nobody's ever done that.
So how did
Like-
that go about? You
Oh, it went so well.
delivered?
Yeah.
Delivered?
No, so it was pickup.
That's
Pickup
cool.
only. So we had like a soft
Opening,
yeah,
yes.
soft launch opening.
Dude, you know what the best part about it was?
Yeah.
I heard about that.
Oh really?
How did I? You know what I mean?
Giveaways are incredible.
Yeah, giveaways are insane, and I've done giveaways in the past. That's
Right,
the
for
thing.
pizzatography.
With
I remember
pizzatography.
that. Yo, I think you were doing one at S&P Data. I was
I
like,
think I probably was giving-
Yo, I remember.
I was doing
That's
a lot
awesome,
of
though. The power of giveaways are huge.
It's
It's
honestly
huge.
huge, but
Mm.
the one thing I realized when I did giveaways was when you only give away like a little amount, when it's only like, you know, one gift card or like $50 worth of something or this or that, you know, you'll get attention for it, but it's not grand.
Right.
Everybody
More
knows
grand.
if they have to enter something, that the chances of them winning are probably slim. Whereas I wanted to, you know, make people feel like, hey, like, I want you to really feel like you have a chance of
You
winning.
got a shot. That's
You
the
got a
best-
shot
That's
with
the best part.
50 pizzas.
Mhm.
Yeah,
50 individual winners on a single post.
that is awesome.
So
yeah.
we dropped that,
Dang, dude.
man. I'm pretty sure that was her most liked and engaged post of all time. Because it had
And
like,
that's a big
That's
it
page.
had
amazing.
like
It's a
7,000
huge-
comments.
Dude, that page
Like,
is big.
oh, yeah,
I love that
Tasting
page.
was
I remember seeing it in
huge.
high school, 2012
Yeah.
or maybe 14, but in that era, you know.
Yeah, I
high
mean,
school.
it's been around
What?
for quite a while.
Yes, man. Yeah.
So we dropped that collaboration there for the contest, and it was amazing. You know, at that point before that, we had almost 2,000 followers with some of the traction that we got from Pizzatography and some other contests that we did. But as soon as we did that, like that gave us like 2,000-3,000 followers like overnight, which was huge.
It's amazing.
Yeah, man.
Definitely. But yeah, a lot of stuff that we've done to get where we are. A lot of people see, you know, overnight successes as being overnight. But
Never that.
a lot of people don't know, like, yeah, we got into this in March.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Right
work
before
put in.
lockdown.
The work put in, for sure.
And
100%.
for March, April, May, June, we were shut down. And we didn't have, you know, huge plans on opening up ASAP. You know, Andy, Joel, and we had stayed at home underneath the lockdown and whatnot. You know, I would go to the store every now and then, practice a little bit of dough, you know, make sure the place doesn't freeze up and stuff like that. But for so long, like, people don't understand that for almost half the year, we thought this was going to shit.
Yeah.
Like, we thought this was not going to happen, and it was a huge risk. We had sunk a lot of our own money, you know, into this. So it's a blessing to, you know, finally see it all paying off now.
Talk about the risk and the importance of taking it. Like, was there a
Yeah, for
time,
sure.
like you just said, like, how did you feel, and especially the other co-owners, like, were
Yeah.
you guys scared?
I mean,
Or was there's always that little bit of faith?
yeah, there's always going to be a little bit of faith.
For
I
sure.
mean, I definitely always had faith. I had faith in the market. In my opinion, I was very confident that pizzerias specifically would weather the storm of lockdown. I mean, historically, pizzerias have weathered every recession.
Wow.
There's a reason why
That's
That's
awesome.
amazing.
there's a reason why in New York there's been pizzerias open since the 50s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
$1 slices and
$1 slices, you know.
What better product to choose in all of this, man? And it's like it's something that you really love doing.
Yeah.
So it's almost like you're saying when you brought it back in the beginning of our chat. Does it feel like work?
I mean, it's definitely work.
Sometimes.
It's definitely
Yeah,
work.
we-
We're over there
definitely
16
work.
hours a day.
100%. But it's almost like a
At the end of
joyful
the day.
work.
It's very joyful.
Yes.
Joyful.
It's very
Cause
much.
some days, like, I'm sure, yes, it is, it's hard work.
Oh,
But some
absolutely.
days you must just, you know, sit back and be like, wow, like, we're doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Yeah.
not like when I used to work at, you know, my other jobs that I've had in the past where you dread waking up.
Yes. See,
Yeah.
that's
How does
that's
that
right.
feel?
Yeah.
Nowadays, I never dread waking up. You know, it is what it is. I gotta go to work. I gotta go to work. Sometimes the only times is like, oh, like, damn, it's been like 6 hours and we haven't stopped.
Yeah.
Like at all. Like I'm
Yeah.
a little bit tired. Right
Yeah.
now. You know?
We get tired,
Dude,
man.
yeah,
Right.
it's
and it,
we
it,
totally
it picks
feel
up.
that.
It like it comes out of nowhere, but it's like what he's saying. It's the love for it.
Yeah,
that, like,
yeah. The passion will
it
always.
just drives you
Yep.
further than anything else.
And it makes you almost feel like this is for us. We've been in the business now for almost 3 years coming on, and
Yeah.
that's crazy to say.
Yeah.
But we are still saying this is just the beginning.
Yeah.
Because honestly,
Yeah.
it's coming. So you
Yeah.
know, like, we are growing each day and learning
Yeah.
and our craft, our skills. So it's like it's beautiful that we're doing stuff that we love, and I feel like that's what people should really try to do. You know, like you said,
Yeah.
try to capitalize on stuff that you love doing,
Yeah.
because at the end of the day, it's a great reward.
Oh,
Yeah,
absolutely.
it's so
Very,
rewarding.
very.
When did the whole opening your own pizzeria
Yeah,
come into
yeah.
your mind? Like, was there a
It's
time
funny
where
'cause-
you were like, You know
when
what I
I
mean?
first started
Like-
Pizzatography, and when Pizzatography was doing well, and I was getting a lot of collaborations, people were paying me to go to their pizzerias to eat their pizzas.
Yo,
and take
I was
photos.
seeing this, man. Shout
Yeah,
out to you,
like-
man. That's amazing. Like, I think like being paid to like go and eat food and
Yeah,
try
for
food
sure.
is fucking
Yeah, that
cool.
is-
Yeah, it's
is dope.
pretty sick flex.
That's so sick,
It's
man.
pretty sick. But you know, it got in my head that like I don't want to open up a pizzeria at the time because I
Mhm.
didn't see money in pizzerias. Because most of the pizzerias that I was going to were kind of the economy pizzerias,
Right.
where I saw like, oh, like how am I gonna make money on a $5 cheese pizza? You know, I'd have to sell 1 million of these to be
Right.
able to sell,
Ah.
right? I never thought there was money in pizzas, especially once I was doing the festival. There's a lot of money in festivals. If you can pull off a
Right.
good festival, like Pizza Fest in Toronto probably made a lot of money.
I was there.
Yeah,
Unreal.
like
It was amazing.
it was a good event. You know, I worked there with Rad Pizza last year, and those guys make a lot. They charge you to get in,
Right.
they charge you for drinks, and then they charge you to eat as well.
That's insane.
And they pretty much pocket the entrance fee.
Right.
So there's tons and tons of money when it comes to festivals, and that's where I thought I would be making my money
That's
from.
what you wanted to do.
Mm.
kind
Yeah, I
of?
was doing events
Mhm.
and doing festivals and things of that nature. I put a lot of money into that first festival. I
Mhm.
lost a lot of that money. It was very upsetting time for me. And
You learn from it.
yeah, I definitely
That's-
learned from it. And even still, at that point, I was like, I don't really want to do a pizzeria. Although I was working at Shortys, I was
Right.
pretty decent at making pizza. At the end of the day, I'm not a cook. I'm
Mm.
not a baker. That's not my forte. It's
Mm.
not necessarily what I like doing. I love running a service where, I stretch a dough, I top a pizza, or I man a pizza inside of the ovens, or I run customer service. I love talking to people. I love,
Right.
bringing that joy to customers and whatnot. But when it comes to actually, like, running the kitchen side of things, that's something that I'm very not into.
Oh.
That's why it's very important to have collaborators,
Right.
Yes.
in your establishment. I'm sure with, the three of you guys collaborate, incredibly well.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's strengths, there's weaknesses that you guys all have that you guys, bounce off of each other with.
Yes,
And that's the same thing at Cowabunga.
That's
If
amazing.
I didn't have Joel, if I didn't have Andy, it would be very tough, maybe probably impossible to
Mm.
put out Cowabunga. Joel came from a very fine dining background.
Mm.
He's worked at places like Pearl Morset, Quatrefoil, Aberdeen Tavern, Langdon Hall. A lot of these places where if Canada had a Michelin star system,
Wow.
they'd probably be Michelin star restaurants.
For sure.
That is incredible.
Andy's worked at Chima. He's young. He works incredibly hard. He
Wow.
is super passionate about the shop and whatnot.
Mm.
And then me, I'm really great with customer service. I'm great at training. I'm great at sales. I'm great at marketing. I'm great at social media, and I love being in a pizza service where we're making the pizzas for
Mhm.
people. I have very huge attention to detail, almost to the point where it's OCD when it comes to the pizzas.
That's what you need,
and-
though.
Yes, for sure.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
teamwork
exactly.
makes the dream work.
Yeah.
It's a
Exactly.
saying
That's
that
exactly
I've said
what you're
for years.
explaining. Yeah.
Because
So-
it works.
It works,
It
right?
does work.
Collaboration is the process of people coming together to do something that they couldn't have done by themselves.
Mm.
Yes.
And all the
What-
greatest.
Beautiful. That was amazing.
One man can have a thought, and one man can have an idea, but it's really a team that can execute that idea.
Very true.
Make it come true.
100%.
All the greatest
If you look at-
establishments in the world.
Think about that a little bit, guys. Every establishment, team. But for real, it's
Yeah,
amazing.
Of course, yeah.
And it's something like so simple as that like I feel like we have to understand, or and
Mm.
really come together and work.
Yeah,
It's great.
Work,
It's great.
communicate. It's all part of the process.
Yes,
for
dude.
sure.
I love the process, man, and I feel like you love that too.
Oh,
Justin.
same,
Like,
same. The
Yeah.
I
formula,
feel
the
that drive.
process. It's almost foolproof. When you
Mhm.
have the right formula for something. I used to say this at the other job that us three used to work at. There's a certain set combination of words and actions that you can say or do to absolutely almost anybody on this planet to get almost anything you desire.
Yes, dude,
Amazing.
and that.
And that's money, that's love, that's getting people to come over for Mexican tonight. Let's watch horror instead of a love movie tonight.
Yeah.
Like, all that. There's a formula, there is a way to get what you want out of this life. It's never a straight line. It's never just from point A to point B. You gotta jump through hoops of fire. You gotta go up, you gotta go down, you gotta go backwards. Like, there's so much to it.
That's amazing.
But as long as you think of your goals and ambitions as what formula do I need to create and how do I have to execute
To get
this
to this.
formula
Yes.
to get to where I want to be, then you'll really understand how to get what you want out of life.
And you're gonna get up instantly and start going.
Yeah,
going.
right?
So yeah, it's amazing.
Man.
Awesome, dude. So what would you feel like? I know it's so early.
Yeah.
But what would you feel like is next? What's coming? Can we expect any new?
I mean, I want to go to a new location, definitely.
Oh wow, it's incredible. Man.
Yeah, the demand is definitely a little bit overwhelming.
Yeah.
A good overwhelming.
A good overwhelming.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
feel
we have a
that.
good problem right now where we aren't able to cater to the demand sometimes.
That's the same thing with us.
That's
We feel
what
that,
happened, dude.
like on our website,
Yeah.
there's so many people on it.
Yeah,
There's
and they want to
not
buy.
enough product on it
Exactly,
because we don't
right?
have enough time. We're so busy in the shop.
We
Yeah.
have
That's
enough
like,
product.
That's like
Yeah.
the best problem you could have.
Yes,
I'm sure
it
that's
is.
exactly
It
what you're
certainly
saying.
is.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's still a problem though, and if
Yeah,
you don't address
exactly.
the problem,
Then it becomes a larger
it,
problem.
exactly right.
Bubbles up, yeah.
So that's kind of the biggest thing is where we're at right now. The place that we had gotten isn't as big as we want it to be.
Right.
We can't store as much as we need at the moment.
Oh.
So we're hitting that roadblock there of like how do we cater?
You could be selling more.
We
at
could
the
be
end of
selling
the
way
day.
more.
And,
And the thing is too is a lot of people become unhappy if they can't get what they want.
Got you.
Like
Yes.
today, for example, like
Customer
Sarah, how
service.
many calls did we miss today?
I think like came up to like maybe 45, maybe 50
see, yeah.
of just
Right.
larges. Like
Yeah.
just large pizzas that we couldn't sell
That's
today.
that's money right there.
Oh,
right?
guys, get on that phone. Get that news. That's exactly what happened to us. There
Yeah.
was a time, story time.
Perfect.
There was
This
a
is
time
amazing.
where
This is
the
great.
store was packed. It was a nice summer day. We were killing it. It was a nice day, and this family came in from Toronto, and they loved the store. They were so happy to meet Steven and I, and they were really just enjoying. And all they could do because it was so packed was they were looking and pointing like,
They couldn't come in.
and then all of a sudden the kids look over at the parents. They're like let's
Yeah,
get
we
going.
could see him just talking.
Damn.
And
they
then
couldn't come in.
right at that moment, I was like going to a larger place. They couldn't experience what they are seeing online.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
gave such a broad experience online.
Yeah.
Whereas when you
Then
come
when you
into
come
the store,
inside, yeah.
it was, you know what I mean? So
Yeah,
that's amazing, dude. That
Yeah.
that business already had that aspect.
Mm.
That's incredible. Yeah. So then from there, it's a scaling process.
Yes, yes.
Scaling because you now know that you guys can achieve the sky. You
Yeah,
guys can
I mean,
go,
we
yeah.
know what we're capable of at the moment.
Yes.
We know what we've created. We know how to be able to have it running
Mhm.
when we're not there.
Mhm.
We're not fully 100% there yet.
Mm.
A lot of pieces are missing. Biggest thing is employees, training people and stuff
Right.
like that. But we have all the tools
Mhm.
necessary. It's just another risk, especially with what's going on in
Yes.
the world. I don't know if we want to get into another location if,
Yeah.
shit goes
But
south.
dude, you know what's awesome? It's so crazy that it's like, imagine if you do it. It's
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like...
it is gonna work. Like that's the crazy part about stuff, guys. You know what I mean? You feel it, Justin.
honestly, I'm very confident that it will.
Me too.
That's amazing.
It's still scary though.
Yeah.
Definitely.
100%.
I mean, fuck, I don't even know. It's crazy to see where we've gotten so
Mhm.
far with what's going on in the world. It's definitely inspiring, but I don't even know.
That lets you
I
know
don't
that
know.
you can do anything though if you
Yeah,
did it through this
yes.
pandemic, and I think now that's given you such a good feeling and a good confidence that
Oh, yeah.
it won't leave you.
Oh,
know what I mean?
yeah,
and that's
for
the
sure.
same thing that we got from this pandemic was that we made it through it.
Yep,
We can do anything we want,
that's true.
and there's
There's every
nothing
single
stopping
roadblock
us.
that was in front of
For
us.
sure.
100%.
I think it's also important that we.
Yo.
Yes.
You know, yeah.
I think it's really important as well that it's very important to be able to pivot
Mhm.
towards the changes that are happening in the market, in the industry.
Mm.
Originally, we had planned to be a slice shop.
Oh,
We wanted to
wow.
sell slices. We wanted to have a little bar in the front where
Mm.
you can sit down and have a slice at the bench and whatnot. And
I like that idea. That's nice.
yeah, I still love it. But at the end of the day, now it doesn't make sense.
Oh,
If you can't sit down inside of a place
true.
and have a slice, and there's no point of us
Mhm.
having a chair there and a table there when we can use that space for storage.
Yeah.
No point in us having a spot to do slices out of
Mm.
when we can barely sell slices out of.
minus 30.
So that's
outside.
right.
Yeah, you can't go outside.
Yeah, you can't really go outside for that, so we had made that decision to scrap slices and
Right.
just do full pies.
Mm.
And it's little things like that that you really have to adapt to in order to survive in business.
Yes.
And I'm sure you guys being online is huge.
Yeah.
If you guys weren't online and we locked down on Monday, I mean, I don't know how you guys would sell all this clothing if people can't walk inside of the store.
That's
right?
what's crazy. I always think about that, like how powerful Instagram is, and I'm sure you know
Yeah.
through your whole life journey, like
Yeah.
and your business journey, like Instagram and social media is
Social media
is
aspect,
everything.
Yeah.
It is
yeah,
everything,
it's so
and
huge,
we're
man.
so fortunate enough to have a powerful presence on there.
Yep.
Like I say that all the time. Like people be like, "Oh, are you gonna be okay during the lockdown?"
Yes,
we're
we'll be
gonna
okay.
good.
Yes.
Like, we're gonna be good, and
But
that's
you know
how
what people don't understand? It's like what Justin was saying back. People see it from one perspective sometimes.
Mhm.
It's hard work. We've grown this page from
Mhm.
we've almost been doing this now for 10 years,
Mhm.
which is
That's
incredible.
crazy. That
We
is
started that
amazing.
page
Yeah.
in 2012 too.
Yeah, people gotta have patience. We say that all
Patience
the
is
time.
key. Yes.
That's the thing, man.
And consistency.
How long,
I mean,
like, yeah.
Dude, I did pizzatography for free
Right?
for like what 3 years before this came about.
Yeah.
And yo,
Beautiful.
people used to call me crazy. People used to be like,
That's
yo,
so
like,
That's amazing.
yo, how much does Instagram pay you to fucking have to? I don't know if I can drop F-bombs.
Yeah, you can, you can.
How much does Instagram pay you to, to drop posts? I'd be like, nothing. And people would look at me like
You're
I have a
wasting your
third
time.
arm or something.
Yeah.
Like I'm wasting my time. Like why would you be doing this? Why would you spend so much
Yeah.
time on Instagram
The
and
love.
not get a return for it?
That's
Well, one,
all
I
the
get
love.
paid to go out places just to eat sometimes,
That's amazing.
which is cool in itself.
cool.
But
Mm.
they have a point, right? It's like why would you do all this when there's no fast return?
Mm.
But people got to understand that it's not about the money. It's not about the quick money that you make right off the bat. It's about the value that you create for the long run.
Boom.
Value,
Boom.
value will always attract money.
Yes.
Money will not always attract value.
Mhm.
Yeah.
As long as you have something valuable, whether it's 100,000 views on a YouTube video or 30,000 followers on something where everybody's very engaged and people will go to where you tell them to go.
Mhm.
That's value at the end of the day.
Mhm.
And as long as you have something worth value and you know how to utilize it and monetize it, something will happen.
Yeah,
Something good
for
will
sure.
happen.
Mhm.
You might not know it yet. You might need somebody to consult you on it. You might need to, go to a branding seminar or something. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if there's value there, money will always follow.
For sure. We always say, like, one of the big things that I hate is when people come in here and they feel pressured to buy something.
Mhm.
And, like, that kills me because it's like,
It's not what we're about.
from day
True.
one, we always said,
Yeah.
like, we don't care
Yeah.
if you buy anything. To come in and say hi to us and take in our space,
And have
that's like
fun
the
and have a good
most,
time.
that's the most
Yeah.
valuable
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's like, I remember someone was like, yeah, like, I don't have enough money, like, everything's so expensive. And I was just like, I just felt so weird in my stomach because like, I'm not the guy to like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm
Yeah.
not the one to put out like money for, like, I'm very simple. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
want someone to feel that when they're coming into our store.
Yeah.
Is to feel like they're coming to a family. They don't
Yes.
gotta buy anything. I just want them to feel good.
Yeah.
So it's like, if we keep that energy even within ourselves, it comes back to us. So like, if we focus on not making, you always gotta focus on making money, but
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
like,
of course.
that's the least worry.
It
Yeah.
comes.
It comes
It
like
all
along
comes.
with it,
It all just comes,
focusing
yeah.
on that mission of providing someone that,
That
feeling,
experience.
Yeah.
that energy
Yes,
of like,
yes.
that love
Yes.
that we feel in here,
Yep.
Yeah.
they feel that.
Oh yeah.
And that's like the best feeling.
That's true.
100%.
That's very true.
And people can feel that even through like the Instagram when they watch your videos
Yep.
and all that. So I think even at Cowabunga, like I feel that energy, just like,
The love of the craft.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and the pizza's amazing. So,
So
then you
that
feel that
helps.
love
That
too.
certainly
Like
helps.
you can feel the love into the pizza. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
yeah.
That you guys put into it.
Yeah.
So that's an amazing way to look at it too.
Yeah. So that is incredible.
That craftsmanship goes a long way.
You nailed it right on the head with that right there, Justin. It's not about being, mentality is reality is what I would like to say. That is a quote I personally live by. So if your mentality is that you are the best at your craft, what you do, the skill is going to come along. You are going to build that skill.
Yes.
You are going to want to practice because you are the best. Yes, mentality is reality, and that's what I was going to say. I'm glad that I came back.
Yeah, no, it's true.
But
I mean,
for
like,
sure.
I'm sure you guys have put hours and days and terms of, studying, what's valuable in here.
Yes.
What's rare, what's this and that. That's a skill to be able to see those things and to be able to, capture that in the blink of a moment. I don't know, maybe when you guys are thrifting, maybe when you guys are, going to other places and, checking things out, you have to be good at it.
For sure.
And
Cool.
that's a big reason why Cowabunga is successful. It's not just the marketing.
Right.
It's not just the vibe and the passion. It's the fact that, for 2 years I left
Spent a lot of time.
I left, my career kind of job. Like I had a, good job at our last company that we all
Sure.
worked at, right? I quit that so that I could just get back into the trenches. I worked minimum wage at a pizzeria
I love
after that. After I was making, a good salary, good
That's
perks.
amazing.
I was getting paid to travel and stuff like that. Went right back down to ground zero. Just so that I can make
That's
sure
amazing.
that I learn
That's
how
so
to do
cool.
this shit properly. I went to the best, in my opinion, pizzeria that was in town
Right.
at that time. And even then, when I was working at Shortys, I had gotten a job at Rad Pizza. You guys remember Rad
Yeah,
in Jackson
I went
Square?
there,
Yes. Yeah.
They were great. Unfortunately, they had folded. They weren't doing too well on the marketing side and the
Location
business
is
side of
tough,
things.
yeah.
The location was a little bit tough.
Great pizza.
Great pizza.
Great
Amazing
pizza.
pizza.
Yo.
Shoot, I didn't
You know?
get to try it because,
I
like
did.
you're saying, it folded quick.
Yeah.
So
It was unfortunate, but I went there. I was like, whoa, these guys are doing a next level pizza. They got wood fired ovens. They're doing naturally leavened dough. They're using all local ingredients. They hired a consultant out of New York that is partners with this guy that I'm influenced by in the pizza world. So I was like, yo, obviously I'm gonna come work here. Like of course I want to apply. I want to learn how to make this pizza. And then after that, they had folded while I was still working at Shorty's. My Pie opened up,
Yes.
and they do Detroit style pizza.
Yeah, I remember seeing you make that. It looked
Yeah,
amazing.
and
Detroit
same
style,
story,
wow.
Solar, who owns Poke,
Mhm.
opened that up, and huge respect to Solar,
Oh,
somebody
yeah,
that I
Poke
have
is
huge
amazing.
admiration for.
Okay, so
Poke,
good.
sorry to cut it off. Poke is Hamilton based?
Yeah, man, Poke is the
I-
first
I-
Poke in,
yeah.
I think,
Love
North America.
Yes. In
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to Hamilton.
Yeah, straight
I
up.
love the city. I love it, dude. But for real, man, damn.
That's
Yeah.
amazing.
But yeah, I saw that as an opportunity there. I was like, wow, this guy is a talented person who I want to work with, who I want to learn from. I also saw passion there. I also saw skill there. So I made it a point. I want to work there. In my opinion, I worked at the 3 greatest pizza places in Hamilton over the past 2 years. And that's a lot of the reason why I'm confident in my pizza making ability, that I'm good at what I do.
You've taken the skills.
You surrounded
Exactly,
yourself.
taking the skills. I've surrounded myself with the greatest.
Yes.
You are who you surround yourself with, right? Whether it's your friends, whether it's your colleagues, whether it's your workers, whether it's your partner in life, all that has to do with who you become as a person.
You are the perfect example of you only get as far as the people you surround yourself
Oh,
with.
100%.
And
Dang.
100%.
you're a perfect
Like-
example.
Dropping knowledge.
Always. I want to ask a few last questions.
Okay.
We go through a lot, like with business, family, there's so
Yeah.
much into life. How do you find, like, when you use words like overwhelming, how do you keep going? Like, what is your kind of like mental state on like being focused, being hopeful of the future, and
Yeah.
like pandemics and all that stuff, like business?
Yeah.
How do you keep going, like yourself? Like what keeps you going?
Honestly, at the moment, like, to be real, I just want to get rich right now. Like, I'm just trying to make money. I mean, I'm not
That's
just trying to
amazing.
make money. Like, I definitely am very strongly influenced
Mhm.
by what money can do for a person's
course,
life,
it
and
is.
the possibilities, the other businesses I can open, the other
Mhm.
people I can, the other joy you can bring into
Freedom.
people's lives.
Yeah.
Freedom, exactly.
Financial freedom, such.
Yeah. I mean, at the moment, like, I wake up and it's great to know that I'm waking up and I don't have to look at a boss that I hate, right? And
That's
to be
crazy.
honest, that hasn't
That's a
happened in the
crazy thing.
pizzeria world for me. Like,
Mhm.
all the pizza places that I've worked at,
You're lucky.
I still have great relationships with
That's
them.
good.
Still support them, still very happy for all of them and whatnot. But that's, that definitely, not to say keep me going, but it
Mhm.
definitely doesn't hold me back from life.
Got you.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happens to a lot of people that work a mundane job,
Mhm.
that do what they don't want to do for a
Mhm.
living. I think it's not necessarily that. It's more so, I don't want to wake up today because I fucking hate my boss.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the pursuit of money and the things that it can do and business is definitely up there. Making people happy is also definitely up there. It's one of the most joyful feelings in the world when somebody tells me how much they love our pizza.
Incredible.
When we first opened up, there was this lady who messaged us on Instagram, and she was like, "Hey, listen, I'm in the hospital right now because I'm about to have a child. I want to make like an order for pretty much when my child comes out for pizzas."
Wow. Dude.
That's
Right?
fucking crazy.
Like, it is, like, I don't know, man. I feel
You made
I
it.
feel cool.
yeah. You gotta
straight
feel
up.
that.
But yeah, little stuff like that. I mean, this is the type of stuff that you can't buy with money,
Right.
that you can't experience
Those feelings,
without
yeah.
having to, do those things. And I think that creating creations, whether it's pizza, whether it's an experience, whether it's one thing I always say to people is, when's the last time you ever met an angry farmer that like genuinely loves like raising animals and gardening and like all that stuff?
Yeah, that's facts.
Never. All they do is create in the world. All they do is create new life all the time. And I'm sure there's some miserable farmers out there.
Yeah,
probably
sure.
like huge commercial ones or whatever.
That's the
But-
thing. The commercial
commercial
ones.
Yeah, that's the thing,
Yeah.
right? But like, you go to a local farm.
Somewhere where
They're
he's
free.
raising his own.
Yeah.
He's created, like you say, he's just creating.
Yeah, they're just creating.
Where is there any smidge of unhappiness there
Exactly.
in
You know,
creating? and
planters, gardeners, stuff like that. When you just see life.
I think it comes back to the end of doing what you love.
Exactly.
And just being happy every day for
Yeah.
having what you got. Because at the end of the day, you can create anything. So, yeah.
That's amazing. Back
Yeah,
onto the working for other people, and
Yeah.
this is a very like a very entrepreneur aspect,
Yes.
because everyone isn't an entrepreneur. Right? Some people are destined to work for other people, right?
Yeah. Some
So,
people don't want to,
but,
some people don't need to.
Kevin O'Leary, do you know who
Oh,
that
of
is?
course. I've gone.
He's
I've seen Kevin O'Leary live.
So good.
Wow, no way.
Yeah, man.
I gotta go see, man.
This guy said that a salary is a blockage for people for their dreams, like their
Yeah.
actual dreams.
Yeah.
Like as soon as they're in a salary mode, it's like they don't even think about what they could do or what they can.
Oh, dude,
be.
it's insane.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It is
It's
so
comfort.
insane.
It's the
It's
comfort.
It's comfort, it's
man.
security.
Here you go, this is
it's-
what you need.
This
yeah.
is what
Yeah.
you're gonna get, and then you hope they're happy with that. And then
Yes.
as soon as they're happy with it and comfortable, they don't even know what they're
What they
capable
could
to
achieve,
do.
'cause
Open a pizzeria, man. Like
Why can't
yo,
you do it, guys? You can achieve
You
it.
can do
That's
it.
The thing.
It's
And
very
that's where
true.
It's comfort level. And that's the risk. And that's why when you're saying like the bigger store,
Yeah.
the risk aspect of it, the
Yeah.
reward is so rewarding that you're gonna work so hard that it won't. You know?
Well, yeah, the bigger the risk, the bigger the reward, right?
100, dude. So
it's very true.
get it, Justin. But like, you gotta go. You get it, man. I'm rooting for you, dude.
Justin, last question.
Yeah.
What would you be your advice to anyone that maybe wanna open a pizzeria or
Mhm.
Or any
a
store.
clothing brand?
Yeah.
or-
Yeah, for sure.
What would be
Um,
like your
So I used
main
to drop this all the time in classes. I wonder if I don't know if you guys remember, but the average millionaire has seven
Seven?
streams of income.
Okay.
And this is something that I used to believe in heavily. And you don't have to have a pizzeria
Yeah,
to have
yeah.
that extra stream of income.
Mhm.
I used to tell people, who's got a full-time job?
Mhm.
Whenever I told this to people, everybody was in a full-time job training class, so everybody had their hands up. Who's got a part-time job?
Mhm.
Maybe one or two people might have their hand up.
Yeah.
Who sells stuff on the side,
Mhm.
whether it's like books or clothing or just like buying and reselling at home on,
Mhm.
Kijiji or eBay. Usually nobody.
Mhm.
Who owns stocks? Who owns real estate?
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Who owns their own house? Who who drives Uber?
Mhm.
Who has a savings account that gets a little bit of interest? Who's getting points, rewards on their
Yeah.
credit card? All these little things are a tiny stream of income.
Yeah, I know.
They certainly add up.
Mhm.
And that's kind of when it comes to advice for entrepreneurs and for people that are aspiring to get into that type of stuff, is start to think small. Start thinking in that level.
Right.
Start thinking of how many streams of income do I have? and how do I add one slowly
Yeah.
but gradually.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't have to be a part-time job. It could be 2 part-time jobs instead of a
Right.
full-time and a part-time. But what are you doing, you know, outside of work that's going to help you get better at what you want to do outside of work?
Gotcha.
You know, how many hours, you know, people say they want to be successful. You know, people say they want to start another business. People
Not really
say they
ready.
want to be a rapper or like, you know, a this or that or an entrepreneur or whatever, but nobody actually really wants to put the work in.
Mm.
It's a lot
It's
of work.
It's a lot of work. It is a lot of work. And it's the type of work that you have to do on your days off, on your time off.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to spend, if you work 9 to 5, but you're not willing to spend 5 to 9 working on your dreams, then you don't want it that bad.
You don't want it.
You might say that you do, but you don't.
Yes.
And actions speak louder than words.
Yes.
Not to say that it's easy, it's definitely tough, and that's why, you know, people fold a lot of the times in terms of trying to achieve their goals.
Yeah.
But stay consistent every single day.
We say that all the time.
Stay consistent. You're either better or you're worse than you were yesterday, and that's
Yeah.
at everything. That's at, you know, you're I don't know, trying to lose weight at the gym or something like that. Yo, guess what? You're either fatter than you were yesterday or you're skinnier than you were yesterday. Even if it's like half a pound, it's not the same as it was yesterday.
Yeah.
You're either stronger or weaker than you were yesterday. You're either dumber or smarter than you were yesterday.
So move forward.
So move forward. You know, you're either, you know, making more money than you did yesterday or less money than you did yesterday.
Mhm.
My question is, which one do you want to be?
Yeah, that
Straight
is
up.
incredible, dude. Guys, I want you guys
That's
to answer
amazing.
that question.
Hell yeah.
Where do you want to do? And what
Yeah.
businesses would you like to open? Let us know in the comments. That'd be great. We'll try to respond to everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed.
Thank
you,
you. Thank you guys
Justin.
for
Yo, that was
appreciate
awesome.
it.
Yeah,
Straight up.
appreciate it.
Thank you.
Man.
Thank you, man.
This is fun.
Shout out to Justin, Cowabunga, Hamilton, Ontario. Go check him out. We're gonna drop all the links down low. Thank you, Justin.
Boom. Boom.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.